Plans supported by some within ZANU-PF to extend President Emmerson Mnangagwa's tenure beyond his constitutionally mandated 2 terms have been definitively rejected, according to presidential spokesman George Charamba. Charamba declared on Thursday that the controversial ED2030 proposal, which sought to either extend Mnangagwa's term by 2 years to 2030 or amend the constitution to allow him to seek a 3rd term, is now dead and buried. Charamba's remarks came in response to concerns raised by Catholic bishops, who had criticized the preoccupation with extending Mnangagwa's term, arguing that it diverted attention from critical bread and butter issues facing the nation. Speaking to the Herald, Charamba stated, "The bishops raised the issue of the debate around the presidential term of office. Whilst this is really within their remit to proffer views and ideas on the matter, what the government found a bit disturbing is the fact that the Zimbabwe Catholic Bishops' Conference is pronouncing itself on a matter which is in fact dead and buried." Charamba emphasized that the wishes of Mnangagwa loyalists who desire to see him remain in power beyond 2028 should not continue to dominate the national conversation. He asserted that Mnangagwa himself has made it very clear and in plain language that he has no intention whatsoever of pushing for an extension of his term beyond what is constitutionally provided for. He further elaborated, "It is therefore rather surprising that the eminent bishops decided to revisit what in fact is now a closed matter. When the party or any citizens express a desire to change the constitution to accommodate an extra term for the president, that wish does not and cannot close the matter. The nominee for that extension has to want to have that term extended, isn't it? This is why we talk about what we call an acceptance speech or a statement. The president has made it clear that he has no intention of accepting that proposal which is coming from the party and from society. And once the nominee has turned down the proposal, then it means the debate on the matter, whilst it may continue in society, cannot have any serious executive implication, in which case one does not expect the Holy Fathers and bishops to continue to harp on a matter which in fact stands closed." Charamba's pronouncements appear to put him at odds with some of Mnangagwa's staunch supporters, who have persistently argued that the president could be persuaded to support constitutional amendments that would either extend his term by 2 years from 2028 or eliminate term limits altogether. The Catholic bishops had urged the ruling ZANU-PF party to prioritize bread and butter issues instead of focusing on distractions such as the 3rd term conversations, something that has brought with it divisions and unnecessary diversions from the things that do matter. They also expressed concern over rampant corruption, stating that the corrupt seem uncensured and even rewarded whilst hemorrhaging the nation. Charamba responded by stating that fighting corruption is something that the government considers as a priority area. It is noteworthy that Charamba is widely believed to be an ally of Vice President Constantino Chiwenga. This alignment is not entirely surprising, given that Charamba previously served as an ally of Mnangagwa while he was President Robert Mugabe's spokesperson. Former First Lady Grace Mugabe once embarrassed Charamba at a rally in 2017 for aligning himself with members of Lacoste and using the state media to attack the Mugabes despite the two having worked together for many years. In September 2018, following the controversial 2018 elections, Charamba, who was then the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Information, was appointed the Deputy Chief Cabinet Secretary in charge of presidential communications.